One of the questions that I've been coming back to this winter break is, do I have a good relationship with myself? Like during the school year, during this past semester, like I'm around people all the time, whether that be in class and the extracurriculars I do in the dining hall, studying, like I'm around people all the time. And when I'm not with people, I'll either have my AirPods in listening to music or just doing something distractive to where like I'm not fully with myself, you know what I mean? And I think I've realized this winter break that I don't have the greatest relationship with myself. Like when I'm left alone, when it's just me, myself, and I, me and my thoughts, I just have this desire to pick up the next distraction so I can not think and not be myself. Like I think I've done better, you know what I'm saying? Like I made that video recently about the Instagram Reels. And I haven't really been on Reels as much as I used to before. And my music intake has gone down a little bit because that was also kind of like a distractive element in my life too, so I'm doing better. But it's like now that these things are not in my life as much as they used to, I'm really feeling the reality of not having like the greatest relationship with myself. And what I mean by that is not being at complete peace when I don't have those distractive elements in my life, where I don't have people around me. Because yeah, it's winter break right now, I'm in Maryland, and I don't really talk with the vast majority of people or hang out with the vast majority of people I went to high school with. So I'm with my family, of course, but a lot of the times I'm alone. You know, if I'm not doing this YouTube stuff, then I'm really by myself. I mean, I guess I'm alone when I'm doing this too, but I feel even more like that when I'm not doing the YouTube stuff. And this isn't just true of me, you know. I think this is the case in college especially, man. Like people are surrounded by a lot of people during the time. Like they're either friends or they'll be so-called friends, which that's like a whole separate video I might record after this one, but we'll see. But I think oftentimes for me in college, what I've seen is that we're either around people a lot or around our distractions a lot, to the point where, like I've said in previous videos, we're not sitting alone with ourselves or living alone with ourselves so we can actually process the world. And it's really interesting, you know, because oftentimes we worry about our relationships with others more than we worry about the relationship we have with ourselves. Like we're over here thinking, oh, how can I be closer to this person or that person? How can I do this thing for them to where they're gonna like me more? Or how can I not do this to them so they don't hate me? Like a lot of the times we're thinking about how we relate to others, but what about ourselves, man? Like how are we gonna be able to fully relate to other people if we can't even fully relate to ourselves? Because at the end of the day, man, like we are with ourselves more than we are with anyone else. You know, this brain you have in your head, you're with that 24/7. People and the distractions, they come and they go, you know. And I also hope that no one's getting the impression here that I'm, insinuating to completely abandon people. That's not what I'm saying at all. I'm just saying that the most important relationship is the one with ourselves. At the end of the day, you are all you have in a certain sense, you know what I mean? Like people come and go, like I said, those distractions come and go, but when all that is put to the side, like who are you, or who are you in relation to yourself? One of the things that you don't see often, like I've seen this on social media a few times where people do this, is where they just go out and they just have a full day of fun by themselves. And that's in the absence of distraction, and that's doing the things that you genuinely want to do, that are good for you, that are good and beneficial for your mental health. You don't really see that often, you know. And I think this winter break, aside from, doing this YouTube stuff, I think that's something that I need to implement more. I'm going to Georgia for a little bit, but I'm coming back, a very brief period, and I'm coming back. And I think when I come back, I'm going to try and focus on that, like just having fun by myself, you know. I've had times in my life where I've had like great relationship with myself, and like looking back at that, man, those were my happiest days, you know what I'm saying? And I hope that this doesn't insinuate some depressive vibe. I'm just saying that those time periods of my life where I did have that relationship with myself, man, it was just good times all the time. Like you wake up in the morning, you feel good, you go to sleep, you feel good, you know what I'm saying? The care wasn't heavily placed on others as much as it was placed on myself, and that's certainly something that I'm trying to build back. And I asked myself, how exactly am I going to do that? Like, what is the plan? And I think it's a combination of things. For me, I think it'll be a combination of things, all having to do with myself, but I think self-care in the form of meditation is funny because I have a friend, and you watching this, you know exactly what I'm talking about. He hates the terms self-care and self-love for different reasons. But yeah, when I sit and ask myself what that will look like, I think self-care and having fun by myself, for myself. So things like meditation, working out again. I've been a little bit streaky with that since I've been home. I think I've worked out like 3 times, which is not horrendous. I was also kind of sick. But yeah, working out, meditation. I think I'm about to get back into face masks probably. And just chilling and watching a movie or something, you know what I'm saying? I feel like since I've got back, like the grind has really been amplified with this YouTube stuff. And, you know, that's definitely not going to stop, God willing. But I think I also got to find time to take care of myself and build a strong relationship with myself. So to anyone watching this, yeah, I would just urge you to ask yourself that question. Do you have a strong relationship with yourself?